heard that New Orleans public schools were incredibly disorganized, prone to being violent, really chaotic. It seemed like a real problem, a really compelling problem, but not one that can't be solved.
Zitsi Mirakhur was 21 years old and fresh from the University of Chicago when Teach for America gave her 2 months training and sent her to Carver High School, one of New Orleans' toughest, to teach math and science.
I had no idea what to expect. Good morning. Grab a power up and get started on it. Grab a power up and get started on it. Good morning. Okay, this is what I want to do. We have a small class today, so I want everyone to take about 10 minutes to go over all of the expectations we have. We can't be late to class, so be here before the tardy bell rings, because when the bell rings, the door is shut and we're going to get started. And that's another one of our classroom expectations here, gentlemen, in the back. Right. Everyone needs to be turned around and facing the front. I need you to sit up straight, all 4 feet of the chairs on the ground right now. During my class today, there were many points at which I just had to stop teaching and say, you know what, I'm gonna say this again because it's really, really important that you understand that you should behave a certain way. I can wait for the side chatter to stop. They can't be talking when I'm talking. They can't be eating food in class. They can't suddenly get up and leave my class, as one student did this morning. So setting that expectation and setting consequences for when they don't follow through on my expectations is really important. If I want to respect them, then they have to respect me. And that by working harder, they can do better. Remember, you have to turn in 13 problems to me. Let's go, we have problems to work on. I have days when I am exhausted. Gentlemen, this is the hardest thing that I've done in my life. And I'm not succeeding at it like I've succeeded at a lot of other things. Raymond, in your seat, let's be working.
It hadn't occurred to Zitsi that her enthusiasm for her subjects could be met with indifference, but she didn't give up.
I've been trying different strategies, but definitely I realized that breaking up the freedom and control that they have, it used to be, this is how I used to structure my lessons, is that I would speak and then I would completely let them be free. But dividing it into, like, I speak for a little bit, they work. I speak a little more, they work a little more. I speak some more, and then they work some more. What did I do here? But the thing is, like, something could have worked great yesterday, but it may not work today, just because they're in a different mood, I'm in a different mood, we're studying something different. It depends. Damien, have a seat. Seamuson, have a seat. When I'm speaking, it has to be quiet. I'm waiting for it to be silent. We're at 8 minutes, 28 seconds. I've started this new system where when they start chatting, when I'm trying to lecture, or when I'm trying to do anything with them, I just stop doing what I'm doing and I start my timer. We've just added 10 seconds. We're at 48. Before we can start anything, they were going to have to give me 10 minutes of absolute silence. Okay. 1, 2, 3.
On this day, Zitsi had carefully planned a lesson on natural selection, using goldfish crackers as props.
I try and have at least 2 or 3 times a week something fun for them. I will also give you some extra goldfish to eat, pending you behave and do the lab like you're supposed to. Something that's really helped me in this class is switching to positive reinforcement. I had a student who was not here today. She told me one day, she was like, you know, the reason why we don't learn as much in here is because you're always focusing on them. And she was referring to this other group of students that are always chatty. And that was the moment when I was like, that's true. I need to focus on everything good that's happening. I'm giving myself credit for little things that I do correctly. 16, right? Or 13, right? One for each. Well, these are your questions. These are your people. These are your questions. Does this first person in the top left corner?
At last, Zitsi had hit her stride.
Go to 11. Go down to 11.
The end of the first year is looking very different than the beginning of the first year. And it's good. Things have gone well. I've learned a lot about teaching and about the students that I work with. And I've learned a lot about myself. It's hard to know how much of a difference I'm making. I think as a teacher, I'm making a difference in the sense that I'm trying to impart content to my students and I'm trying to prepare them for these tests that are coming up. I hope that I'm also making a difference as a mentor or someone they see themselves even turning to if they need help.
You got it? Yeah.
After finishing her first year with Teach for America, Zitsi came back for year 2. She's still teaching at Carver High.